Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory Podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
I've been great, dude. Enjoying the end of summer down here in South Florida. How are you feeling, my dude, for coming back from Italy?
Still jet lagged. It's been rough, but it's been great chopping up with you since we each got back from our vacations, and looking forward to speaking with our special guests here. I'll let you do the honors of introducing him though.
Absolutely. So very excited to have a special guest for you guys. We go back. Yeah, I was thinking that the math, like it might be 10 years, Chris, to be perfectly honest, but he goes by Chris Kane. Kane on the beat, Chris Chen Men, many names, but Chris, welcome to Audio Theory, man. Pleasure to have you.
Glad to be here, man. Yeah, it's been about 10 years.
I think it's been about 10 years, man. It's a beautiful thing, dude. So again, we were talking offline. So we like to do a couple icebreakers, man, just to like let loose. It could be a one-word answer or however long you want, man, just to really just give your fans a different perspective, the shit they'll never even think about. So my first question for you, because I know you've been in Charlotte, that area for a minute now. Bojangles breakfast or Chick-fil-A breakfast?
And bow rounds be hitting with that.
Yo.
Bow round, I do Bojangles. Yeah.
Bojangles. And for people who don't know, I don't think Blair has been at Bojangles. What is a bow round?
Man, a bow round is a magnificent piece of hash brown that you never had. It's thick and juicy and has like, I think minced onions inside of it. It gives it a burst of flavor.
Oh
wow. My preferred dipping sauces is Bojangles honey mustard. That's off the chain. I don't know. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's I think it's like a Southeast thing, but like it's fire. And like they were like the first ones to do like breakfast all day as well.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that when I'm out there.
I haven't heard of them. I didn't hear about them until I got to actually.
Yo, saying there's none in South Florida. Yeah, I would have to go with Bojangles too. Like the biscuit sandwiches for breakfast are just like fire.
Phenomenal. Absolutely.
Cool. Good answer.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a musical one. Pharrell or Timbaland?
That's a good one.
Damn, that is a good one. Shit. I'm gonna have to go with Pharrell. Flex or Pharrell. Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. Just all around. I think Pharrell is just all around like artist. I know Timbaland is too. I not take away from his art. But Pharrell, man, he has that sound that I like. I like his sound. Style.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah, and also longevity's been like amazing.
Well,
yeah, it's a good answer. I go with that too. For me, another question: what's the go-to cocktail right now?
Shit, man, I always play it safe. Whenever I go to the bar, I start off with a Jack and Coke.
Wow, that's old school shit. That's a Miami shit.
No facts. Jack and Coke, Jack and ginger ale. Henny, you know what I'm saying? Jameson for shots.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, Jack and Coke did its damage on me, bro. I don't even think I can look at that shit anymore.
When you say play it safe, you mean because they can't mess it up?
Yeah, they can't really mess up a Jack and Coke. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's my icebreaker. I go in Jack and Coke real quick if I don't feel like thinking about it.
Right.
And then what does that elevate to after that?
Man, I start asking the bartenders, like, what do you recommend?
Okay.
I always whenever I go somewhere, I always ask, the bartender whenever I get the cocktails, sometime throughout the night, ask them what's your drink of choice? Because I like to other people's, favorites.
Nice.
It's good or not.
Nice. For me, I always ask them, like, when I get real comfortable, like, what's the drink you hate making the most? And they always say a mojito. They're like, bro, I fucking hate everyone who orders that shit.
Using shit.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Cool. What's something you miss about your childhood the most?
Man, chilling at my grandmother's house, grandparents' house after school, watching cartoons, eating dinner while it's like borderline raining, cloudy out. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole nostalgic, just like,
yeah.
But that's the childhood right there in a nutshell. Just after school cartoons, hanging out, chilling with friends outside.
No
Is there
stress.
a specific cartoon that would bring back those memories?
Dang. Shit. I could go down for days when it comes to retro cartoons. Old school X-Men. Mighty Max. I don't know if y'all know about Mighty Max.
No, I don't.
I remember that. The toy.
Oh, yeah?
Wait,
No, he had like a red hat. He walked around with a fucking owl and like some barbarian dude.
yeah.
All right,
I remember it.
Know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z.
Classic.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, what was the one with like the kid? Was it Mega Boy? The one that like he had a cannon for like a hand?
Mega Man?
Mega Man.
Yeah.
It was a kid though, right? Like it was a child.
Yeah, he was an android, so he's forever a child. Like.
Oh, okay, yeah. But
Yeah.
that cartoon was fire to me.
Yeah. Fucking Shark Attack, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, that was solid. All right, man. Appreciate you divulging all that information. But obviously, the real reason we're here, man, obviously, besides us being friends going back forever, I seen you've been working on your music lately, and I just wanted to give you a platform to let people know more about your story and what you got going on now and the plans for the future. So, real first question we always like to ask our guests is, if you had to describe yourself in a nutshell, who is Chris Kane?
Chris Kane is an artist, a composer. I like to think of myself as, man, just like I'm just a regular person that just has a passion to do shit. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
I want to make myself seem bigger than I am, but I'm just a regular person that, fell in love with music and want to do that for the rest of my life. And working on my 10,000 hours, itching away at it, and trying to master my craft.
Amazing, dude. When was the switch that made you want to take that passion to like this level?
Oh man, I think honestly, I've been doing it for a long time, but on and off, and not taking it as seriously as I should have back in the days. I wish I could go back in time and take it more seriously, but I think a lot of producers right now could thank COVID, like, for stepping up and going hard. I think when COVID started, like, I was itching into going hard before COVID, but when COVID hit, it was like, all right, I working from home now. I got time. Let me just go full force. I can multitask, work from home and do my shit, my marketing on my beats, or make some in between breaks and shit like that. So yeah, when COVID, the pandemic hit, that was it. I was like, all right, let me. And I'm sure like a lot of like businesses came out of side hustles came out of COVID.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think this is Blair's favorite saying, but you can only make sourdough bread so often, right? Like you can't just keep making bread every day.
That's a good one.
When you were thinking about going hard, did you have like a specific goal in mind, or was it more so just pumping out as much music as possible because you weren't really doing much of it for a period of time?
At first, it was just get my reps in, train my ear better, because back in the days, it was just like the thing I wasn't really confident in was my mixes. When it came to, I can make beats and shit, but the mixes, it's like you gotta train your ear to hear what quality is, the frequencies and all that type of stuff. So that was one thing. Just YouTube Academy, friends, feedback sessions, just making beats, making it just quantity, just putting it out to get the reps in, to train my ear, and get better at that, the mixing and mastering aspect of my craft.
At what point did you, I guess, realize that you had work to do on your mixes and mastering? Was it like feedback from other people, or you just knew yourself that it needed improvement?
I don't know. Like I see that you made music. I think I checked out your IG before I got
Blair Anthony.
Yeah. I'll still scrolling through it, but like when you make a song, like when you first start out, or you're in your adolescence, and then a couple years later you listen back to it, it's like, damn, that quality was kind of trash. Like you kind of cringe.
Yeah.
So you kind of cringe at yourself. It's like, damn, I can't believe I shared this shit with
Right. Yeah.
Thinking. Yeah. So then just that, like, I didn't want that to happen again. I'm like, nah, I can't. I gotta get better at this, and work on my craft and get better. I just gotta get, and it's cool too, because I like to see the progress within myself too, because it pushes me to get better as well. I'm kind of happy that I put it out and felt my embarrassment, so it pushed me to get better and not be complacent with my shit at the time.
Yeah, no, that's dope, because I'm the same way. Well, during the pandemic, I decided to get back into music, and I think mixing and mastering was something I never personally really knew how to do well. It could be listenable, like, you know, my friend could say it's dope or whatever, but if I were to send it to like a blog or something, they'd probably laugh at me. And I just so happened to see an ad from a dude who had mixing mastering services. So the song that I made, I sent it to him, and then ever since then I kind of got spoiled, because now I like pay other people to do it. But it definitely does make a huge difference in the overall sound, and I think that's something when I first got into it, like, was completely unaware of.
Yeah, but once you sent it to that, you know, professional, and they showed you what your quality could actually be, it's like, oh shit,
yeah,
I never want to touch that again unless
right.
Good. Like you mentioned, I want to piggyback off. You said you send a family of friends, man. Family of friends would not give you proper feedback at all.
No,
only like a few, a very few, but but they're always like, oh yeah, that shit's amazing. They just want, I mean, they don't want to hurt your feelings. You know?
Yeah, they're just showing love, but it's like, nah, dude, I need you to tell me, is this bad? Like, is this
bad?
Right. But I think it's also they themselves don't know anything, or might not know anything about making music, so they're just impressed that you can even put together a beat that sounds like melodic or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, dude. So question, obviously, just I want to give the listeners a bit of a background. So I've known Chris for like 10 years now. We worked together in Miami, then we moved, our company moved us down to Charlotte, and we worked together closely like the last 2 years before I moved back to Florida. So bro, like, Chris, you were like the top, I think you still are top salesman, one of the top salesmen I've ever met in my life, dude. Like, I know you have wife and kids. Like, how did you even find time? I know the pandemic, but like, was that overwhelming trying to find time to even do this?
Yeah, I mean, like, so my wife is, she's very understanding, and she's like, you know, she roots for me too. So she gives me my time, but sometimes I could be, because, man, time slips away when I'm in this hyperbolic time chamber right here. Being here for like, which I think is like 30 minutes, and it's the next day. And the sun comes up, the birds start singing like a Disney movie. Like, it's crazy. But typically, like, on a weekday or something like that, put the kids to sleep, and the wife is chilling out doing her own thing. I'll sneak in here, usually after hours, maybe like after 11 p.m. I'll hop in here and start cooking up, try to get a couple hours in and go to bed at a good time, maybe like 1-2 o'clock in the morning, get about 6 hours of sleep on average before work, you know. But sometimes I push my limits.
Yeah.
3 hours of sleep, because being a producer, like, because me, like, I'm not chasing placements. I do more like leases and stuff like that as well. I got my artists that I work with also at the same exact time, so I have to do a lot of email marketing and follow-ups and customer service. I'm a graphic designer as well. I gotta be. I'm not a real graphic designer, but you gotta be in this producer business. You gotta make your cover art. You gotta do a service. You gotta freaking market yourself. SEO work. It's like a whole array of hats, job hats you gotta put on.
Nice. Yeah. So it seems like you have like 3 hours to like breathe every day, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you find yourself working better at specific times of day? Like, let's say you have an entire Saturday to yourself. Like, will you specifically choose, you know, the middle of the night because you tend to feel more creative at that time? Like, what's your zone that you have to be in?
Man, I think at night it's for some reason, like in the morning or the wee hours of the morning, like let's say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, I think I get the most creative. I don't know. I think it's something subconsciously, like, no responsibilities right now. Everybody's asleep. I don't have to worry about, my mind is not like, okay, what do I have to do in the next hour or whatever. So that aspect of it. And then I think it's a whole, like, when it comes to creativity, I'm between like sleep and awake. So I don't know. I probably tap into this spiritual force of creating REM sleep and whatever my dreams, and it just comes out into the music as well. So I don't, being sleep deprived for some reason helps me be more creative. I don't know if there's something behind that, but that's what it is.
Blade, do you have like a specific time that you're always more like the most creative?
I'd say it's the same thing. I actually did like some very, very minimal research on it, but I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it is something along the lines of one, your responsibilities for the day are pretty much gone. And then two, you tend to be a little more sleep deprived. And I guess that prevents you from overthinking things and lowers your inhibitions, I guess. Kind of like if you were to have a couple of drinks. So I definitely work better at night. I mean, there's been times where I had like ideas spark in the middle of the day and stuff, but I don't know. There's something about like the world shutting down and you just kind of feeling like your world is all that matters in that moment.
Yep.
Nice. Like this creative geniuses colliding. I love it.
even Chris's background, like that atmosphere, like just gives me creative vibes, like the darkness and the colors and stuff.
Lights and stuff. Yeah, I need to have like a bunch of like pictures, colorful, chirpy art around, just to like if I look around, it just inspires me, you know.
Yeah.
That's what my next question, Chris, is going to be. Like inspiration wise, man, like where does that come from you? Like obviously I know you have a pretty eclectic background. You're Jamaican descent, correct?
Yeah, Jamaican. Well, I'm a mutt, man. I got Jamaican. I got Chinese, Jamaican. Chinese are in Jamaica, and they.
Yeah, we know.
My dad's Jamaican.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You
know, I got Dominican. I got Haitian. I got German. And me, I got a bunch, but I'm,
grew up in Miami, right? Or was Miami home forever or no?
Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, born and raised, Broward County.
Yeah. Nice. So just like, how did all those things collide, and like, where did you draw your most inspiration when it comes to like the music you decided to make?
When it comes to inspiration, where it first sparked up is I had like two cousins that were from New York. They always used to come down every summer, and they were the sickest like rappers, freestyle kids I knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really dope. And we started like making music. I started trying to record them on this shitty ass $10 mic we got from it was like a computer mic, whatever. And I don't know, we used to like find other people, beats off Napster or BearShare, wherever it was at the time. And instrumentals, whatever. I'm like, at one point I'm like, damn, I need to make my own shit, and that's where I got the spark of just creating my own, because I love music so much, when it comes to like Wu-Tang, Nas and all that. I always used to follow Jay-Z and the pioneers of the 90s and shit. So always loved it. My dad, he always used to listen to reggae music 24/7. Got inspired by all the instruments and the vibes, 24/7 when I'm with them and shit like that. So it was just I grew up, surrounded by music, Caribbean, American hip hop, all that shit. So music was all around me, so I had no choice but to
to be a part of it. No, that makes sense. So then, like, under your artist name though, like the music that you have on like the different platforms that we obviously took a deep dive in, the products were Swim and Float. Like obviously that's different from all the stuff you said though, right? So how did you make that pivot to like that kind of sound?
Man, it's crazy because Swim was my first.
I love Swim, by the way. Like, not that Float isn't good, but I listened to Swim all 9 hours of my workday today, bro. Like, I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Now, Swim was one of my favorites. It was my first one, and I hated on Swim. I thought I could change it. Like, I didn't take the tag out. The tags on every single beat, there was like a tag, like Chris Kane on the beat, whatever. I wish I took that out. That's my only regret with Swim.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because at the time, I just put it out there. I didn't realize with DSP, putting it out on streaming platform, because I never put out anything on a streaming platform at that point. Once you put it up, You can't change
You can't unless you're Kanye and he could just change it like overnight.
You take everything down. It's a process though. It's a process. You could technically do it, but it's a process. Yeah, but my vibe on Spotify and everything, I wanted to make music that people could just listen to in the background or studying, just chilling, having a cocktail party, and so forth. And you know, I make trap music and you know, hard hitting 808s and shit like that. But that's not something that's pleasant to hear that would attract, you know, people to just listen to straight album of trap music, just beats.
Yeah,
a lot of artists on there. And I always wanted, like, you know, music that I could just vibe to. I always, like, you know, listen like lo-fi, ethereal music and shit like that, something just relaxing. And I was like, you know, I want to make that music. And those typically do better on, you know, DSPs or streaming platforms as instrumentals alone, because lo-fi, I think, is one of the biggest, highest streaming types of music on Spotify or streaming platforms.
Yeah, Blair put me onto lo-fi like a couple years back.
Because lo-fi and sleep music and, you know, meditation music and stuff like that are universal. So anybody could just listen to it. You could play it at any setting and
yeah,
be like, I don't like this music, or put on country, put on church. It's like a universal, you know, type of music. People could just relax into the ear. And I just wanted to, on my streaming platforms, put that type of music out, because I feel like it would get more attention. Plus, I fuck with music like that as well. It's like the music that the vibey music I think is in my soul that I want to put out, do mostly. But I like my trap, my boom bap, and all that shit too. But that's like my shit right there. So
yeah, I feel it. No, dude. Yeah, but it's yeah, I'm telling you, Swim is a highly enjoyable body of work, man. So kudos to you.
Appreciate that, man. And I got a lo-fi album coming out too on the 25th. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about it, bro. Breakfast, or we're all hungry for breakfast, but don't worry.
Yeah, the cover art for that looks fire too. Did you make that one, by the way?
So I have a co-producer. So me and him worked on it. He's a childhood friend from Florida. We use this app called fuck is the app called again? It's an app where you could collab. Producers or artists could collaborate. It's called Muse, actually. Muse.
Okay, I think I might have heard of it.
Real dope. So we've been collaborating like 3 months straight, and his girlfriend is a graphic artist.
Oh, nice.
Okay. He did it for us. That cover. Yeah.
Nice, super dope. And on that note, like, how does collaborating between two producers really work? Because I feel like for rap, or singing, even, it's pretty straightforward in the sense you're like, hey, throw in your verse here, we're done. But I feel like for production, it might be a bit more complicated. Can you elaborate on like what that process kind of looks like?
Yeah, man. Typically, it's either like either somebody will be like, hey, you want to collab? I'm gonna send you some loops I made or samples. Like, you know, they'll create, you know, the chords, piano progressions, whatever. Send it to me, and then I'll pretty much do the rest. I add the drums. I'll add my own layers of melody on top of that. Switch ups, sequence it, organize it, and bam, that's a collab. That's usually how it goes. We're just like, hey, can you send me? And sometimes, you know, we'll send it back and, hey, I want to do something on top of that. Then we'll send them the stems to that, and then send it back to the first originator, and then they'll add their little flavor, and then bam, it's done. So I love collabing as well, because just to get, you know, two ideas on the same project and it blends so well together is amazing. Like,
yeah,
two minds. And collabing is beneficial for producers as well, because you have a higher chance of getting placements also. So many placements came out of collaborations. Literally all my friend producers, like 99% of them got their placements with big names out of just collabing. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, I made this a long time ago with so-and-so, and then he hit me up and said, like, Rod Waves wants this, is gonna use it. And that's how it goes. It's just like, he didn't do it, but he put a piano progression or chord progression on there and sent it out to another, you know, producer. They did something, and that producer ended up being in the right place at the right time. Then Rod Wave or his people heard it and like, oh shit, we want to use this song done, and they're on the album. That's typically how that random shit happens.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you got more outreach, saying their fan base hears it, yours, saying, so there's more, instead of just your base listening to that beat, now you got that producer's base, then they could come to you like, oh shit, I like this, let me check out more of Chris Kane's stuff. So
yeah, dope.
That's super dope. And I got just a side question going back to like, obviously, because I know you focus on production. Dude, I always wonder this, even like with house music, how do you come up with like the song titles? Because I'm like, it's one thing, like if Blair made a song called like Ignore Me, he's going to use that word in the song multiple times, right? But like for you, like how do you come up with like the song title name? Because like they go well together, but I'm like, yo, why would it even have a name? I make like track 1, track 2, track 3.
I don't know. Sometimes like I be sitting here for like, I'm good with names. Like everybody will hit me up. It's like, hey, I need an acronym for this, or I need a, like SWIM stands for, shit, I forgot. Speak with intent and manifest. That's what.
Oh, dope. Okay.
It means. And float is follow love over all things.
That's dope.
All of them have meaning over in float it's about the real quick rundown. It's about like the creation of time and God realizing it exists, and it's a whole story about that. Just give you a backstory of float. But,
Gotcha.
But names, man, when it comes to naming beats, like it's crazy. Like sometimes they'll just come to me, and sometimes I'm just like, I'll think of some. So I have like a Spanish beat. I'm like, dang, if I was like in a like La Havana or something right now, like what's prominent in yellow rice? I love yellow rice. Let me call it yellow rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just call it yellow rice, and people tend to like that name, like yellow rice. Oh shit, let me click on this beat, because the title is like, title and cover art first impressions to beat, so you want to make sure that title and the cover art are pleasing.
Sure.
And artists typically, and I don't know if Blair could attest to this, but artists typically gravitate towards the name, and they'll even incorporate the name of what the beat is into their song, and it helps them get the base of what the song, the direction of the song too. From what I heard from some artists, so
no, that's definitely true.
Yeah, put a title in there that would help, the direction for the artist, give them a foundation as well. But yeah, sometimes, man, I can sit here for 10 minutes trying to think of a name. I have to play the beat back a couple of times and make a whole scenario in my head, and like, okay, I grab a part of that. Okay, this is it.
Yeah, no, I was at the gym, and I was like, oh, dude, this is an interesting song title, but like, I mean, there's no lyrics. Like, how does he even think of this shit? So I just wanted to like behind the scenes stuff. So, but back to what you were saying earlier, like again, the people you collab with, and like, it just so happens, Rod Wave or whoever got a hold of that. So just for you and you said you've been doing this pretty intense since COVID. Like, what has been, the one moment thus far that you're like, oh shit, like this is a pretty dope moment for me right now, that this person hit me up about this, or whatever.
Yeah, so man, BeatStars, I'm on BeatStars a lot, which is the biggest I guess platform for producers.
Okay.
Where a lot of artists, like millions of artists, go to lease beats, shit like that. So I'm pretty prominent in the BeatStars community. So like, to fuck with me, like the owner of BeatStars follows me on Instagram. Like, he bought my beat, couple of my beats, you know what I'm saying, a couple times, and for the platform and shit like that. So that's one of the, I'm like, oh shit, if the biggest beat producer platform likes my shit, and really fucks with me. I won a beat battle the other day, R&B beat battle as well on BeatStars and shit like that. But I remember like a year ago or something, getting placements overseas is amazing, because they generate a lot of money, especially Asian countries. So I have a connect in Japan, and he works. He's an A&R. He works with a bunch of artists. Like, one of the biggest Japanese artists in Japan is this dude named Kohh.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so that's one of the artists he works with. My brother is a videographer, so he goes to Japan like for like months on end and comes back. He does all that shit. So he met Action Bronson. He shot a video for him and a couple other people. So he gave me that connect. And but yeah, he hits me up periodically. He's like, hey, I need this type of beat for artists, and you know, I'll send it over. Then you know, I get money from that. I get sync placements and shit out there, and you know, that's what I'm trying to get into is sync placements, because that's where the money. What Jay-Z said on that new that song, something about a sync, and
I didn't.
Which one? The Khaled one?
Yeah,
the Khaled one. He said something. Shit, I forgot that.
Like
line.
Jesus walked on water and Hov did it like on the sink or something like that. I don't know.
Well, he was talking about sync placement, like he didn't have to do something because he got $1 million from the sync deal or some shit like that. But
so just for people like me, I don't know what the fuck that is. So what is sync placement?
So sync is when you get your music on like commercials, movies.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, and shit like that. So that's sync, which sync producer, people that you know try to get sync placements, or producers that work in just sync, they make more money than, you know, technically make more money than producers getting placements with, like, you know, the Raw Ways or
sure,
yeah,
shit. Because that sync placement, if you get a sync placement, end up on, you know, Ozark or, you know, one of these Power Stranger Things and shit, like you're making bank. Making bank, and that's residuals. It keeps coming and coming, and it's big. Commercials, shit like that. So that's what I'm leaning towards more now, is working in sync. I got connect with one of Akon's A&Rs that runs his A&R at Convict Music.
Nice.
He has a whole sync agency. He wants me on board as well, so I have to make a bunch of Afro beats and shit for some sync. So that's what I'm getting into now, is the sync realm.
Amazing, dude. Congrats.
Yeah, that's amazing. At any point, did you ever along this journey like consider being an artist from like a rapping or singing standpoint?
Yeah, back in the days, man, I thought I could rap a little bit. I think, you know, you grow up in every dude that grows up in Florida had a short-term rap career.
Especially after a couple of Jack and Cokes, you know, you feeling good.
Oh, boy, I was the man. But yeah, I like when I told you the backstory of when our cousins used to come down from New York. We had like a little group called La Familia before. Who had one, like Jay-Z had his La Familia. Yeah. So we had the La Familia crew. We used to rap. I used to have my little bars and shit like that. I think from like a 1 to 10, I give myself a solid 5. I think I was a solid 5. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, honest.
As a rapper, yeah, I was a solid 5. I was different though. I had like a different type of flow. I wasn't doing everything that everybody else was doing. So I always like thought on a different plane when it comes to like,
sure,
and my artistry. But I rap when I'm making beats. I'll do my gibberish rap to just see how artists can rap on this and pocket.
Right.
Like actually curate the song even better. I'm like da 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 da, switch ups and shit like that. I'll do like gibberish rap or try to really rap and just to see the direction of the beat and see if it's good for artists.
Nice. Do you ever sample like oldies and things like that? And if so, how do you deal with like the rights to it, or do you just put the onus on the artist if they purchase it to like deal with that afterwards?
Man, when it comes to samples now, I use Tracklib. Tracklib is a site where you could get for primarily producers or DJs, whatever, but they're easily cleared samples, so you could clear a sample automatically. They have samples from who used it? J. Cole used it for damn, what's that song? Dun, 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 dun. What, something Child. What's that song by?
Middle Child.
Middle Child, yeah.
The horns.
Yeah. So he used that was from Tracklib, and with Tracklib, you get a sample purchase. It'll ask you, how many seconds did you use in this sample, and you'll put it, what parts of it did you use, and it's automatic clearance. You give them, if the more duration you use, the more split percentages you're giving them, and the more you have to pay up front. But I think it's like $50 for like under 10 seconds, and then it's like 10% publishing on their end. They'll take 10% publishing from you, and shit like that. But it's automatic clearance, and you dig into crazy songs from the 70s, 50s, like dope ass songs that like I don't know if you heard this beat I made with a Jamaican sample, a reggae sample.
No, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, that's one I used. It was a dope ass reggae dancehall type of song. Pretty, like, I guess a little bit back in the days, but they had it on there, and I was like, oh shit, let me flip this, and I turned it to a trap beat and got it.
Oh, nice.
$100. So.
Oh shit, that's dope.
I don't like if it's a sample set that I can't clear. Like, I feel bad giving that to artist. Unless the artist really wants it, I'm like, hey, look, these are the terms. This is say I haven't cleared it. Do what you want with it. So
right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of producers out there that don't really care. They'll just sell it to an artist, and artist now is in a paid exclusive rights. Let's say they paid like $2K for exclusive beat, and now they're stuck with having to pay $4K for clearing this sample or more, or maybe can't clear the sample at all. So it's a dog eat dog world out here in the industry.
Question for you, man, because obviously this is all like super exciting, but like, obviously your hands are in so many different things. So like, do you currently have a team with you that like you can like kind of like delegate shit to and just be like just focus on the production wise, or as of now like it's really just you doing everything?
It's me pretty much doing everything, but I got support. So I got a producer community called Gentlemen's Beat Club. It's a collective of producers that we just started like a club pretty much, or a chat on WhatsApp, and we'll like send each other shit for feedback, send each other like tutorial videos, like, hey, I found a way to make your your snare pop out more in the mix. Here you go. We just talk shit. Some of them live in the Carolinas, some live in Florida, another lives in Chicago, and we're all over the place, but we're a collective, and we support each other, and give feedback when it's due, and help each other out. So, but here, like a team, like an employee, not at the moment. Now I'm doing everything myself at the moment.
Gotcha. No, because you're talking about like stuff with Japan and like going back and forth for negotiation for certain beats. I didn't know if that's just like stuff you had to like just learn on a whim, or it's pretty like black and white.
No, I had to learn that. I'm reading a book right now. It's called The Music Business. I forget the author, but it's really good. It will definitely like give you the whole rundown of the music business, from management, how they're supposed to, the percentages management gets, and why, and this and that, and splits, and literally everything that you need to know, which I recommend all artists, all producers tap into. All
right, Blair, you just figured out what your birthday gift for me is going to be this year. There you go. I got you. Don't worry. Don't buy it. Bro. I got it for you.
In terms of, sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, go ahead.
I know. I was just curious, like what, in terms of your career within music, do you have a specific level of fame or recognition that you're hoping to accomplish, or are you just, hoping this becomes like a full-time thing where, you can make income doing, this passion of yours?
I think fame, not necessarily recognition. I'll take recognition, but how can I explain it? It's like, I don't mind not being someone that everybody knows. I don't want to be famous where I can't go somewhere. We saw it happen with P&B, like your unfortunate events like that. I don't want to be that famous. I want to be famous or known by the people that are higher up in the industry. So when I walk in the room, they know my name. I just want them to know my name. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's Chris Kane. Let's get him in the room with Jay-Z. Let him hop on this, make this beat, cook up this beat for him. But Anybody else on the street, I don't give a damn. You don't gotta know me. I'll stay low key.
Yeah, facts. So that point, man, just to bring it back to like modern day culture, what's happening in the world, like it feels like a sad, like we're always talking about this shit as far as like hip hop artists and like it being the most dangerous job in America. It's like, what are your thoughts on just another artist, unfortunately, just like losing his life?
Man, it's so unfortunate. Jealousy and envy is a horrible thing, man. It's a drug. It's a disease. Like, I feel like people, and when it comes to like, you know, these artists, like people just, you know, can sit on their computer or their phone and see this artist like, you know, prevailing and come up from being homeless to having, you know, being successful, and they'll just sit there and let that hate just take over them. And it's like, all right, let's go get this dude right now. Like, there ain't no love. It's just like there's no appreciation anymore.
Right.
Race. It's just like, I'm just hate on you. I mean, there's something about you I don't like. I don't know what it is, but you made it, and I'm not there where you're at. So I'm gonna take you down to my level or worse. You know.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Which man, I would recommend that rappers, man, like don't go out with your jewelry and shit like on a regular, like I think he was in just, you know, chilling like in the hood, whatever. You know, it's cool and all, but you know, I think J. Cole, like he does it bad. He don't rock no jewelry. He probably has like one little small Jesus piece that I probably had when I was like what they hate, like he just thugs it out, you feel me? Like he don't need that. Like rappers these days, you'll need to be like extremely flashy. There's no point. Only thing it attracts women that probably try to scheme you, and men that are definitely trying to scheme you. That's all it attracts. I mean, that flashy era is over, I feel like, because you're only gonna end up, you know, being on somebody's hit list at the end of the day. They can see where you at, or yo, this dude is right here right now at the shoe store. Come get him. He got like $150,000 worth of jewelry on.
Yeah, because the sad thing is that people, like, I think the go-to is like they started blaming his girl because she posted the location. But dude, that could have easily been like the guy working at the kitchen. Yeah, you know, anyone there, you know.
People always look for somebody to blame. You know what I'm saying? They want to blame.
Besides the killer, like
stir the pot. Is like, oh yeah, she posted a picture, and I mean, posting the picture. I post pictures too. I may forget my locations on or whatever the case.
Right.
Just being a regular, you know, person. Like all these people that are saying, oh, it's her fault, she posted this. Like they post pictures all the time, taking pictures of their food and who they with. You know what I'm saying? Do the same.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she's a regular person. Like she didn't really, you know, give it thought like that. Probably she was in the moment. You know, when somebody's in the moment, they ain't thinking, okay, post this picture. They're gonna see where we at. Then somebody's gonna come and guns blazing and shit.
Yeah,
like, ain't nobody thinking about that. You know.
Yeah, the fact that video is even viral is fucking sad. But yeah, I just want to get your take, man, because I feel like the sad thing, and you know, Blair and I unfortunately keep talking about this shit, is that like I don't think they're gonna, like, it's not gonna change anytime soon. Right, like it's unfortunate. Like, we're gonna talk about somebody else before the year's over, let alone like this, you know, fucking fall.
No, big facts. We're gonna continue talking about it. It's gonna be like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Conversation.
And I feel like, I mean, we were just talking about it, but I think social media in general has, maybe not in this instance, caused his demise, but I know a lot of other rappers, and probably ones we never even heard of, are posting their location, like taunting their ops or whoever, and literally saying pull up here or whatever. And I know from a music marketing standpoint, it's kind of a necessary evil, one that I've always been hesitant to do for myself, but kind of feel like I have to. So curious for you and your marketing efforts, like, have you been a lot more active with your social medias? Like, are you on TikTok? Are you trying to, is there any strategy that you're working with right now to try to like have viral moments?
Man, viral moments are hard. You got to really go above and beyond. Right now, I really haven't tried to go viral. What I'm trying to do is, you know, make a viral type, you know, production and collab with somebody else that is on that, you know, that has more of a presence. Cause I'm more behind the scenes. Like, I don't really like being in the limelight. You're an artist, so I think you got to be in the limelight.
Yeah.
But me in the background, producer, like I want to I want to be more in the back, but collab with somebody who has a personality, a presence to be, that TikTok viral person to make that pop. So, but yeah, I've been working with some people trying to, like special projects and shit. When I'm not doing shit, we'll try to like figure out ways to do some viral stuff. Like if a current event comes out, happens and it's something funny or something we could play on, we'll brainstorm ideas. Trash, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
or they probably not trash, because the trash shit, is the stuff that goes viral too. So.
Right. Most of the viral shit is trash. It's trash.
I saw this one. It's with this girl as big as eyelashes, white girl. She's like sticking out her tongue and like making some weird noises. If y'all haven't seen it,
I haven't seen it.
Coming.
And I'm on TikTok way too long, and I still haven't seen it.
No, it's coming out. It's stupid. It's dumb as hell, but it got like millions of views, and I don't know why.
Yeah. No, one of the dudes we interviewed, actually, one of the first few, he's a rapper / singer, and he on TikTok posted literally like a 5-second clip of him just playing a beat he was gonna rap over. He didn't even rap over it. He just the caption was like, "This beat makes me want to rob my house." That little clip went viral, and now like every verified person on Instagram is using that sound for like their videos, and he has like millions of streams from it. Like, and he didn't even intend for that to happen. I'm pretty sure he was just like putting out content.
See what it is, like good aesthetics. Well, sometimes it don't have to be good aesthetics. Good aesthetics, a good caption, like something to captivate.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this beat is gonna break my house, whatever that's people like, oh shit, this beat must be amazing. Let me go ahead and listen to that shit. And even just the title, even the beat is not that good, the title alone will make it even better. Like the beat sound better. Like,
yeah.
But shit, now after this, I'm gonna have to make a TikTok.
Yeah.
I just thought about all that money that he got.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Just keeping on current events though, man. Like obviously, you have a different ear than all of us, because obviously you're in the process of making beats and stuff. Is there like a current trend that you love in the industry, as far as production wise? And is there, on the same token, is there anything you fucking like, yo, like turn this shit off?
Man, trends. I mean, right now, like just like I'm in like my wavy mood right now, just making. Well, I was in my boom bap type shit where I'm making the lo-fi, but that's done now, so I could go veer off back. It's like wavy, like once again, like bring back like the rod wave. That's why I brought up with someone. I've been making like those type of guitar type beats and stuff like that. But what I really haven't gotten into too much, which I'm starting to grow appreciation for, is drill beat and the drill platform. So I'm starting to dabble in that. But at first I didn't really get it. It wasn't my thing at all.
Yeah, I'm excited how you could do a spin on it, bro. Because we've spoken about this online a few times, Blair and I. And it's like sometimes it's like really repetitive.
Yeah, it gets repetitive. I feel like all drill sounds the same.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm excited how you could do a spin on that though.
Like a lo-fi drill.
Yeah, or something. But like, yo, I hear like 504's album. I'm like, bro, every song's the same. So like, I don't know, what am I listening to?
I think that's it. It's just all sound repetitive to me, and I'm starting to hear now they have like R&B drill, which is kind of cool. Maybe I could just use the drill hats and boom bap drums and the trap tempo. Switch it up, like see how that will work. Frankenstein something, but I don't know how to flip a drill, because drill is like a really distinct sound. Like you gotta follow those traditional drill, New York drill. What other locations got drill? I think, is it just primarily UK and New York?
Chicago drill, right?
Chicago, yeah, I was thinking Chicago. Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Yeah, okay, Chicago drill. Yeah, so they have their own drills, but they all still almost sound similar. They just have different patterns.
Mm-hmm.
still almost like the same type of sounds when it comes to drums and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, it all sounds the same to me, dog. Like that shit. Like I was like I was all in it when it was like Pop Smoke, but I was like, even after that, I was like, bro, this shit is the same. So, but yeah, I'm saying someone like you, I'd be intrigued. Because even like when Kanye, I think Kanye dabbled in it a little bit, and you could hear the difference from like him making a drill beat and then the normal stuff.
Yeah. Kanye's a genius when it comes to production. Like
yeah, thanks.
Watching the Genius doc definitely got me inspired.
Oh, dude, yeah. I wanted to fucking make something.
To the lab, like I paused that motherfucker at one time. Just fish to the lab and start making another show that inspired me as well was the Wu-Tang series. You guys seen that?
Oh, the one with David East?
Oh yeah. David East, the series on Hulu?
Yeah.
You seen the whole series yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I just know Dave East is in it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Is he playing Method Man?
Yeah.
Man, but no, it's dope, man. Really inspiring, and just to see the backstory, like it's amazing. I gotta check that shit out.
I gotta peep that one up.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Speaking of TikTok, you should get on there because now that I think about it, I do see a lot of pretty funny memes or clips, skits, whatever you want to call them, from producers who talk about stuff that when I was making beats way back when could identify with. And one of them that I've seen a lot is like the producer will be up all night making a beat, and at the time it sounds super dope, but like the next morning they play it back and they're like, damn, this shit sounds awful. Like you deal with that now even? Is that a thing for you when you're out of your little sleep deprived state?
So there is ear fatigue. Like sometimes I'll be in here for hours on end, and then like ear fatigue is a hell of a thing because of that. What happens with ear fatigue is that your ears, they literally get tired and frequencies start to mesh together, and you can't really hear the difference in frequencies, so everything mixed up, and it sounds good. It almost sounds like it's blending, but after when you go to sleep and you hear that ringing in your ear the whole time, you look back up ringing still, because I have ringing 24. I think I have ear damage. I don't know. Then I listen back to it, I'm like, oh shit, this does not sound like how it did last night. Because you gotta take breaks. That's one thing you definitely gotta do as producers, take breaks. And I'm guilty of not taking too many breaks, but definitely have to do it to have a clean mix.
If you can't answer this next question, just say next question, because the last thing I want to do is get you in trouble. But if you were forced to go work, because Blair and I like make jokes about like we hate this hybrid environment, we want to just work from home, blah blah blah, and just travel and work from anywhere. If they were going to force Chris Kane today to work from home full time, knowing how much success you've had being able to do all this stuff at home, would you be able to like go back full time?
Go back to the office?
Yeah.
Man.
And you can say next question, bro. If you don't want to answer this, it's fine.
I would not want to go back to the office. I mean, I would like a staggered, office days, maybe go like once, maybe twice a week, just to network, because I like the whole networking aspect of in the house, but nah, I'd rather stay. Yeah,
because I mean, just from what you've been able to achieve in just a short amount of time, it just seems that like you've been able to find a groove. So to just like abruptly stop that, you know what I mean? And even just like the time driving to work or some shit, like that's just time you would be at home.
I was gonna bring that up too, because time is so limited, and the drive I used to make was like 50 minutes there, 50 minutes back. So, a long time.
Yeah, facts. Like that's like literally could be like an entire 2 or 3 songs for you or something like that. So that's the.
So just that alone, and the process of getting ready and waking up extra early, like I could use all those extra hours to put in my craft. You know what I'm saying? Or as for family, and then be able to work more on my craft. So, which
is wild though, because like pre-pandemic, that shit we would never think of. It's like, yeah, I got to drive to work, and I'll come home. It's like, no, dude, you just lost like 3 hours of your life today because you have to do this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, commuting is if you got a long commute, man, it takes a lot of time out your day that you can't get back.
Blake, you got anything you wanted to add before we let our man put his plugs in?
No, we could dive right into the closing statements.
Absolutely, man. So obviously we want to make sure that your day ones know where to find you, but anyone who listens to our platform also knows where to find you, man. So let us know what you got going on. You be hinted at earlier with a little bit of breakfast, and then but where can they find your music?
Yeah, you can find my music at Chris Kane Music on IG. You could also find me Chris Kane Music on BeatStars if you ever want to, help brother out and purchase some music and licenses and all that good stuff, all that jazz. Check out my catalog there. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Kane Beats. I gotta admit, I'm not too active on there, but I'm active enough. TikTok is gonna be Chris Kane Music as well, and stay tuned for that viral hit that I'm about to put.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, my bad.
No, what's the next projects you got coming up?
Yeah, so I got the once again the LOFI album Breakfast. That's one that my boy and I have been collaborating on for like about 3 months now.
Nice.
That's coming out, dropping on the 25th of September. So new music usually comes out Fridays, but my shit is always gonna come out Sundays because it's chill shit. I feel like Sunday is a chill day. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast, Sunday morning breakfast is
nice.
The best. I don't know why, but from my childhood. And then we're doing a Christmas album, Lo-Fi Christmas album. I'm actually have some of my artists on that album as well, on the Lo-Fi album. Also have a Valentine's Day album coming out too. So
this guy does everything.
Nice.
I should have had a Halloween album come out.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Halloween music people could take. And I'm working with a bunch of, a couple artists. Working with Harley Mack. He's a really dope artist. He has a song actually on 2K23.
Oh wow!
It's in story mode. It's what's it called? Passion or something like that. I'm working with this artist Shay. She's really dope. She's like an Amy Winehouse, Billie Eilish type of artist. Never thought I'd work with an artist like that. I thought I'd work with just hip hop, but she took my sound to a whole new direction as well, which I appreciate because it pushed me in real quick. I know we're in the closing statements.
No, you're good, dude.
So when it comes to, it's crazy, and me and my one of the artists that I work with, Harley Mack, we could attest this. We agree on the same thing. It's like we don't really listen to other music other than hip hop right now. For some reason, it's crazy because it helps us make hip hop, rap music better. Like it helps. Like what he told me and what I told him was, and we agreed. He said that he doesn't listen to rap music too much because when he does, it almost in his mind it almost gives him the cadence of those rappers. You're not
really trying to sound like anyone out right now.
Yeah, he listens to other shit like pop, synthwave, and rock, and indie pop and shit like that. So when he comes to do his his hip hop shit, he has a different sound and different outlook. So he's like fresh. So he's not really guided subconsciously by, and that's how it is too with me when I listen to other shit other than just rap music all day. It helps me implement different sounds into stuff that I wouldn't have thought about if I'm just solely listening to hip hop.
It's a great point. I wonder if that's what happened with Lil Wayne when he went to college for like 3 years and just came back with some crazy vocabulary, bro. Like, because that had.
Oh yeah, he got his rock. What was the rock album called?
I forgot about that one.
I forget. I know what you're talking about. Did it have the name Prominent?
Man,
I think the hit single was Prom.
Okay,
yeah.
I think that album went double silver or some shit. Like I don't know, but it was. I don't think I ever heard the album. I just heard that one single, and I think I heard like a second song. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
The goat.
Blair, you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. It's not Rebirth, right?
I think it's Rebirth.
I think it is Rebirth.
Yeah, Rebirth. Okay.
Oh, in the book, real quick, I found is All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald S. Passman.
Nice.
They probably have the 11th edition now. I don't know.
I'll write that down.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, bro. It's coming in the December is your birthday. I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
I do audibles because I can't sit down. I gotta multitask.
Fam, you got no time. Like
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but I was like, worst case, I was just gonna illegally download it.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. They probably have a link somewhere. But I do audibles because once again I don't have time. I just listen on my drives, and I don't have time to sit down and read a book, which I wish I did. But
yeah, it takes me like 2.5 months to fucking finish a book. It's like, bro, this is not that deep. Like, just knock it out. But Chris, man, we can't thank you enough, bro. Like, again, I don't even know what we were expecting for you to jump on, but I just know dude, the storytelling was great. I really appreciate the vulnerability and just really giving people a behind the scenes from someone who's behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, you constantly want to hear rappers, but like, people like you is what makes, music come to life, bro. So we really appreciate the insight.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate y'all having me. This was dope. Appreciate y'all energy, for real. The questions as well. You had me stump a couple of them, like,
It's nah, dude, but the answers are great, bro. So just stay on real quick. We're gonna just do our outro, then we'll catch up in a second.
I bet.
Let the people know where they can find this and what we got going on.
Yes, sir. Love the conversation. You can catch us at audio-theory.com. This interview will be on all platforms, including YouTube. So wherever you're listening, just be sure to check out the website. We'll put all of Chris Kane's music links and everything in the description if you're on YouTube as well. So be sure to peep that. But otherwise, new episode every week. And be sure to share this with your friends, family, whoever else, and tune in for more talent and music content.
Absolutely, my dude. Appreciate you both. Blair, I love you, dude. Talk soon.
You too. Peace.
Peace.